be completely honest.
If the Jets only win 2 more games until Week 8, should Vic start?
I can see Rex Ryan making a coaching change then, yes. If they win 2 games out of the next 5, and Geno Smith plays bad and doesn't have good play, then I think Rex Ryan would consider making a QB change.
Okay, I agree there. I think we should give Geno time, but Vic, I don't know. I'm kind of a Michael Vick fan. You know, there's something about Vic that I always believe he can be great, and then the injuries, you know, they've really affected him. But I want Vic to still get a chance.
Cameron, he has been getting a chance. He's been in for one play every game.
No, but I'm talking about as the starter for that team, just one time.
I think it'll happen. If they collapse, I could definitely see it happening. But for now, the Jets, I think they just go with what they have. They're going to get Decker back, which should help Geno Smith a lot.
Yeah, let's talk about the other team in New York, the Giants. They defeated Washington 45-14. Are they back on track, and is Eli the real deal?
Eli Manning is. I don't know what you can say about Eli Manning. He was one of the worst quarterbacks last year. The first 2 weeks, people were really starting to groan in New York about Eli Manning throwing these interceptions because they lost the first 2 weeks. Now, the last 2 weeks, they put up 30 points in 2 consecutive games. The offense has looked crisp. Rashad Jennings has been running. They got to incorporate the rookie Andre Williams. Victor Cruz got some touchdowns. Donald, their tight end, just went completely berserk on Thursday. I think the Giants are. I really do. And their next 2 games are against Atlanta, Philadelphia, and Dallas. Look, those are all winnable. I think in NFL in general, most of the games that may seem like blowouts are actually winnable.
But I don't. Yeah. I think they'll go 0-3 in that stretch.
You don't think they could beat Dallas, Philadelphia, or Atlanta?
No, they can't. I don't think they can compete with those offenses.
Yeah, that's true. I'm probably thinking too big. I don't know what got into me, Cameron. I don't know why I thought the Giants were so good.
Well, maybe you thought of the Giants fans saying you can't spell elite without Eli. So, I mean...
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I mean, so many Giants fans said that after the game. Yeah,
he had a great game.
Yes, he did. He had
a great game. I was happy to see Eli step up. I wrote these 2 topics, things like, Cameron, who is your most surprising team that's over 500? So who's 2-1 right now? Or 3-1?
The most surprising team... Oh...
Cameron?
Yeah? Hello? Hello?
Cameron?
Yes?
Who is your most surprising team?
I'm gonna go with... I'm trying to think. I'm looking at the standings right now. I'm gonna go with Philly. The Philadelphia Eagles. They're 3-0, but every single game they've been in, they've had an opportunity to lose. And I can't believe Philadelphia has shown to all of us that they can finish games this well. I didn't know they were that good at finishing games.
Yeah, their offense is so potent and so fast. And, Chip Kelly is just, daydreaming at all his options. Darren Sproles, the rookie Jordan Matthews, Riley Cooper, Jeremy Maclin, LaShawn McCoy in the backfield, Zach Ertz, just so many options that he can use, and he's utilizing all of them, which I really like.
What about you, Jordan?
I'm looking at the roster also. I'm looking at the 3-0 teams. I was going to say Cincinnati, but then I saw that their first 3 games weren't really that impressive. Tennessee, Atlanta, Baltimore, those are all games that they should have won. The team that is most surprising at 3-0 is the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
It's 2 of their 3. One of them is against San Francisco.
Yeah.
A division rival, and no one thought they'd win that game. They beat your San Diego Chargers.
Oh, that was fluky.
Fluky?
Yes, fluky.
How was it fluky?
I thought San Diego should have won that. Didn't they only lose by 1?
Yeah, it was 18-17.
Oh, God. Philip wasn't on fire that day. I'm going to give him a pass.
Is every close game to you fluky?
No. Just anytime somebody beats San Diego, it's fluky.
And another reason, they won two of their 3 games without Carson Palmer. They were starting Drew Stanton, the backup, and they won convincingly. They beat the Niners 23-14, and they beat the Giants in week 2 25-14.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised. You know, their next 3 games are against Denver, Washington, Oakland, and then they got Philly and Dallas. Out of those 5 games, I think Denver's a loss. Washington's easily winnable. Oakland should be a win. Philly is debatable, and Dallas should be a shootout. I think they can, by the end of week 8, they could easily be 6-2 with just losses to Denver and maybe Philly.
Okay, I agree there. I mean, their defense is really, really good. I think special teams is great, and you have a really good offensive strategy by Bruce Arians, and it just seems like Arizona has been on the roll, really, and they've just been on fire and everything. You don't think they could challenge Denver?
No, Peyton Manning's going to exploit their defense like San Francisco has not, the Giants have not, and the Chargers have not. They're depleted defensively. Their secondary is out of this world. Their linebackers and D-line is so-so. I think Peyton Manning will exploit them. And again, they just don't have enough weapons to compete. If it's a shootout, I don't think they can compete with them.
They'll run the football.
Philly was up in the air because it's going to be a shootout. Every game Philly plays has been a shootout. And Arizona with just Malcolm Floyd and Larry Fitzgerald and Ellington, I don't think that's enough.
But you don't think if they run the football, they play a very slow game, and they take their time and they play methodical football, I think they can manage to beat. They could make it close against Denver, and I don't know, but I just think with Denver, they don't have like championship aspects to them. Like they don't have the ability to finish games in the playoffs. And I don't know if they can get to the Super Bowl.
You don't think they can finish games? Come on. Cameron, Peyton Manning nearly led his team back. If it wasn't for the overtime, they probably could have won that game easily.
Well, but Manning didn't have a good game until that one drive.
Well, yeah, it was against Seattle, but just the willingness of him to have that drive and to not give up.
Okay, I mean,
Arizona can make it close against Denver this week, or not October 5th, with a bye. But can they beat them? I don't know. They can manage to make it close, but a lot of teams manage to be close against Denver. But a loss is still a loss.
But I just think with Denver, like, if they, September, October, November, they'll be fine. But when December and January roll around, Denver is not the same team. They're not the same team. And I just think at times, I don't know if it's media, fans, or whatever the case may be, it's like we all overrate Denver. I mean, we think they're in their class of their own, but they're really not that much ahead of everybody else. Like,
they're definitely a beatable team.
Yes.
Only certain teams. A team has to take a certain approach to the game to beat Denver.
Yes.
Kind of like San Diego did with Seattle. You know, they're different cases, but the way San Diego did in Seattle is they kept the ball out of their hands as much as possible. Same with the Denver team. You can't let Peyton Manning get countless amount of opportunities to drive the ball down the field, and that's when they'll kill you. But you said it, run the ball. Arizona should run it, and after a while, see if they can get it deep to Malcolm Floyd. But I don't know. It's just hard. It's hard to keep up with a team like Denver or a team like Philadelphia.
But I get the Philly part. This is what I understand. The Phillies' offense is the real deal. I don't think they have any problems. The thing about Denver is I don't think they can, with their offense, they really did have some struggles last year in December and January, and we saw the February debacle against Seattle. But I think, let me ask you this. Does Denver have a championship defense?
No, not in the sense of like the best defense in the league, but it's good. And you don't have to have the best defense in the league to make the Super Bowl. You don't. We've seen it in the past.
But can you win a Super Bowl with that defense?
That's true. They might have to step up a little more.
I don't think it is. I think I'm a Denver hater now.
Whoa! Can't we just converted to a Denver hater?
Yeah, Josiah De La Torre out there. Josiah has media conspiracies about Denver. He thinks that Peyton Manning is like a media creation. So I think that's going a little too far, but I can understand. I feel like there's a lot of Broncos bias in the media. Do you see the same thing?
Yeah, but I think their defense can step up. They have a lot of high-profile guys on defense. They have, Talib, T.J. Ward, DeMarcus Ware. They have a lot of high-profile guys, and their supporting cast on defense is also good. They just have to put it together. That's all they have to do. If they can put it together, they'll be unstoppable.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we could respectfully disagree, but I think this one we really agree with. This San Francisco, are they overrated?
Overrated. Gotta get the overrated chant going. San Francisco, 2 winnable games. They could have beaten Arizona. They had Chicago in the bag. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
In the bag. That game was theirs to win, up 17. You let them come back. That's on you. That's on Harbaugh. That's on Kaepernick. That's who it's on. 4 turnovers. Then Arizona, they just weren't disciplined. Flags flying everywhere. Looked like a dang party. There were so many flags. So discipline. Both of those games they lost because of discipline. I'm going to say that. They lost Arizona and Chicago because of discipline.
Yeah, I think they're super talented, but the discipline separates you from playoff team and possibly going to the Super Bowl. So I think, yes, San Francisco has a lot of work to do with, making sure they do not commit those same errors and those same mistakes. So, yeah, San Francisco has a lot of work to do when it comes to discipline football. Do you think they can? You still think they can make the playoffs, right? Or they could maybe not make it?
Oh yeah, they can. There's one more thing about the discipline. We looked at teams in the past. Team Oakland, Detroit recently. Flags, all with penalties destroyed them last couple seasons. It really destroyed them. And people don't understand how big some penalties can be. Some touchdowns are pulled back because of penalties.
Yeah.
Touchdowns are things that can change the game. If they're pulled back because it's still a little holding on the offense, come on, that can't happen. That's discipline. But to what you were saying about the playoffs, the same thing happened last year. They lost some games they should have won. They ended up in the playoffs. And they're going to get some guys back. Come on. They're going to get Navarro Bowman back. They're going to get Alden Smith back. So their defense I wouldn't be too worried about. But the offense is a real struggle, in my opinion. Frank Gore is getting older. Carlos Hyde isn't going to be your feature back. Kaepernick, I've said it all year long. I've preached it.